So my guest today on today's podcast is not only a Trackmania profile, he is also one of my dear Patreons, the Patreon who has supported me the most since I ever launched that Patreon site. So I guess it's somewhat a Trackmania podcast and somewhat a Patreon podcast, but that doesn't matter, the name overall. But what matters is to say hello to Asteri. Asteri, how are you, man? And welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you for having me here. I'm doing great, thank you.
Yeah. For people that might not know who you are, can you give a short introduction? I know you did it when we had the YouTube live in Strasbourg, but maybe not everybody watched that. So can you redo it? Who are you and what do we need to know about you?
Yeah, sure. I am Asteri, or known as Fabian. I play Trackmania now since 2.5 years. I come from Germany and I'm 19 years old.
So a young boy.
Yeah, one of the younger people here.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, you have players like Gwen, who's like 15, and then you have other people like myself, who's 25. So there's both younger and older people than you in Trackmania.
Yeah.
But let's get into the facts. You are on the Trackmania podcast. How did you get into Trackmania in the first place? You said it was 2.5 years ago. How did you join so late, and what was your way into it?
I was basically playing another game, League of Legends, for super long, and I wanted to look out for new games and just watch on YouTube random videos. And on one day, I saw Battle of the Weeps Edition 1 by Spam in my YouTube feed, and I just clicked it, and I kind of liked the game. I didn't know about Trackmania before, and yeah, I thought about, okay, let's get that game.
So Battle of the Weeps was your first impression of Trackmania?
Yes.
How was it to watch that? Because nowadays, I guess you know that it's not the most high level, the matches you have. It's more of a fun and the side of Trackmania. But what was your first impression?
It is fun, and I guess it was better to watch a fun match than, I don't know, competitive full speed or anything.
Yeah. Do you remember who played that?
Or Runaway, I believe. Or someone who's not a sub to Spam anymore.
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't.
But have you played it yourself then? Since I mean, that's kind of a unique story that was your first impression of the game. But have you ever played Spam's Battle of the Weeps? I mean, you are a subscriber of him, right?
Yeah. I played twice, I believe.
And how have those events gone? Have you won something or?
No.
Oh.
In the first one, I was leading the entire time, basically. And then one guy decided to stop playing, and Logic XTM, I guess you know him, replaced that player, and he just wrecked me.
Just like I did in Prague at the Trackmania tournament we had there.
Yeah.
But was it then, after you watched that, you downloaded the game, or did you still just follow some YouTube videos before you eventually downloaded the game?
I downloaded it, but not really started playing actively or anything. Like, it's not too easy to get into a new game, I think. You just played maybe half an hour or 1 hour, maybe 2, and then stop playing, and then play again, and maybe you find a motivation. So I was still looking around, and I still watch around for new games to play. So I think I never stopped doing that.
But was there any period of, or did you join any teams that maybe made it more fun for playing? Because you have played more lately than just 2 hours, and you are more active, at least somewhat more active.
I started with streaming as well at that point.
Yeah.
So I kind of had some viewers to play with, like Yaktor was, for example, in the beginning, or MNML94 was also helping out and playing with me. And I thought, okay, let's do my own team, because I didn't want to play alone. But it didn't really work out too well.
What was that team called?
NTR.
Not heard of it. Was there a lot of players, or was it just you and some friends?
Yeah, like I think me and who was there even?
That's a good start.
Yeah.
But then, did you try to find some other teams to play in, or did you just stick to the streaming side? How was the future in Trackmania then?
I was looking around, kind of always for a team to play for, but if it's not a high skill team, it's French, and it's really hard to get into a team as a beginner in TM2, at least. I don't know how it is in TMNF, because there are many like fun teams, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't really find a team, so I was playing super long alone.
Oh. But you still had some people you played with, or was it mainly alone on streams?
I had people to play with, like
Yeah, okay.
even better players like Danik B or Rotaka and others. So there were always people to play.
But isn't it weird to, when you're so new to a game, to actually play with a person like Danik B, who recently just won your event, so he's one of the best tech players in the scene? You're gonna lose every time, right?
Yeah, but it's like still fun. I remember, as for example, Peck came into my stream.
Yeah.
As I like started and learned how to drift, and he just taught me, yo, do that, and you will drift. Like I still remember that. So they are still like helping me, giving tips like basics, how to drift, or just advanced, like don't break too long or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they just help. So it's a good thing as well.
So you're getting.
And I think
learning
it's
to drift
enjoyable.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I think it's enjoyable because they see a new player in Trackmania, like new as in he can't drift. And I think it's funny or somewhat funny to watch someone just crashing into the wall 24/7, not knowing how to take a turn at all.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of funny to watch as well.
Yeah, I guess it's funny when new people start the game, because then you can sort of see the progression they have instead of just watching the best of the best play every time.
Yeah.
But then you learn how to drift by Pack. Was it then easy to get into the tech scene, or was that your favorite style right away?
It was RPG and tech. I don't know how I got into RPG,
RPG.
yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, that's a weird style to pick first.
Yeah, but tech was kind of what was going on at that time, and I just started off with it because I learned how to drift, so I wanted to learn it properly afterwards, and tech was the way to go.
But then did you continue playing with the likes of Danik B, or did you try to maybe find someone at your own level to train with?
I try to find people on my level, but as I said, it's not a big game.
Yeah.
Rarely a new player. It's really hard to find people that are not that fast.
But would you say nowadays that you have... How would you describe yourself nowadays if you describe yourself as a player? Is it a competitive player, a casual player? Are you still trying to learn? How would you describe yourself?
It really depends. Like on easier tech maps, for example, the how's it called, ALM Cup by Busi.
Yep.
The maps were quite easy, rather short, like 45, 50 seconds, and they're fun. And I was kind of fast on most of the maps. That was just, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. I was like 0.7, 0.8 average of the world record. I don't know if that's good or slow, but I think I'm a casual player, not competitive.
But is that what you want to continue being? Like, or do you have a goal of eventually becoming one of the better players in the game?
Of course, I want to improve and become a good player, but I don't think I want to play competitive.
Yeah, because you have a lot of things. You host events, you stream, you cast. Do you have a future plan for Trackmania that you end goal, or is it just what is fun those weeks, those months that you want to do?
It's hosting competitions, clearly. Like, I started really with small competitions. Barely any player knew about it. Like, the first competition was the Nitro Cup, and now my last competition was E-techmania.
Yeah.
I guess by the name you never heard about the Nitro Cup.
Yeah, I
Where
think
they hosted.
maybe, but not too sure.
Yeah, and like it's getting bigger and bigger, and I don't think I will play competitive. So I guess events is the way to go to provide players a competition.
Yeah. You sound like myself when I started hosting competitions. I realized that I couldn't become the best player, so I said, okay, why not I just build some maps so the players can play in my competition, so it feels like I'm somewhat part of the best players.
Yeah.
But,
and I also don't have the time to play competitive.
Yeah, I guess the grind is too too time consuming.
Yeah.
But then we talk about events and such. How did you start with hosting events? What was your way into it? My way into it was that I built maps and I wanted to have players playing my map. So I said, okay, then I need to host competitions on those maps. But what was your trigger point? Why did you eventually start hosting events?
I wanted to find more people to play with, like, because I was still quite alone. Like, of course, I had a few people, but I wanted more people. And someone just told me, host a competition with some money on it. And I still went to school, and I didn't really have the opportunities to just say, 500 or something. And it was just an idea by someone, and I said, okay, 20 euros for the winner. And just asked some people to build a map randomly. Some said yes, some said no, and that was the competition.
And how would you sum up the competition? Was there some good players playing it? Was it casual players?
I think both kind of players. And I believe Link won the competition.
Oh, really?
If I recall correctly. So at least one good player was playing it.
Yeah, that's always cool when you start a game to see one of the best players.
I wouldn't say he's one of the best, but he's definitely a good player.
Yeah, he's up there as the leader
really
of the best team in the game at the moment. So.
Yeah.
But was there a point, or would you call it a successful first event? Because you then continued hosting events. Why would you continue hosting events?
Yeah, some people gave me some feedback. As a first competition, that was insanely good. And I was really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
So just to get positive feedback, I think that motivated me to continue.
And then did you host another Nitro Cup or?
I wanted to, but I didn't.
Why?
I had another idea, like another kind of style in the competition, like time attack or rounds, cup mode, laps. I don't know. Like, I think the Nitro Cup was just time attack on 5 maps, 5 minutes or something.
Okay.
And I didn't want that anymore at one point, and so I just named it differently. I don't know how. I had many different competition names. But yeah,
but what was the next
I just changed up.
Or what was the next competition? Did you even remember, or was it too many?
I guess it was Asteri Cup.
Okay, and Asteri Cup was what type of maps? What type of format?
Yeah, that's quite mixed up. And I think I have 3 editions now of it, and I think one edition was only my maps, and 2 editions had maps of other players or mappers, and it was like cup mode and kind of a known style in that regard. Like, you drive to a certain point limit and then a finalist. Yeah. So just a classic competition style.
And did you feel like that event went as expected? Did you had higher expectations, or how would you sum up that?
I think the second one was really good. There were some really, I think was time attack even on that competition just for the best time and not in rounds.
Okay.
But I think that was why it was more successful, because more players just said, I want to play a bit on that maps and then continue my life and not being forced to play on a certain day at a certain time in a certain match. So just play whenever you can is a nice way to get players, I guess.
Yep.
And that is why the second edition was the best one. And Clear Vision was one of the mappers, and I don't remember the other one.
Just
and the last one was me.
No respect for the others.
I don't want to say a wrong name.
Yeah, I see. Huh. Yeah, I also started hosting time attack events because people like just playing whenever they had time and doesn't feel like they had to be there at 8 o'clock on Sundays because that's locking up their schedule too much.
Mm.
But would you say, obviously the last one was E-techmania, but was that the first really serious cup you hosted, or was there any cups before that you will also say was serious and that you put like 600 euro into and a lot of time planning it and reaching out to people?
Actually, it was 700 euros because
sorry.
Mappers also got money. I
Yeah.
also support Mappers, and I think it's the only serious competition I did so far because the others were just casual, if I can say it that way, like just for fun a bit, like just giving a few players the chance to enjoy something. And with E-techmania, I wanted to reach out on more players, and you could see that on the prize pool as well. And I think I reached out to mappers mainly, like Bastimon submitted multiple maps, Kaiser, and many other great mappers. In the end, Thompson had a map as well in it. So that was really nice to see that mappers are interested.
Yeah.
And yeah, players were not too many in the end, but it was still nice.
Yeah, do you feel now we are maybe 2-3 weeks removed from that event that event was a success, or did you expect more since you obviously put a lot of money into it and time and effort?
Yeah, I was really hoping to get 32 players playing it because the bracket allowed 32 players, but that was not the case. So that was like some disappointment.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it. I was like hoping for it, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
I expected 20 players and it was 21. So
But
my expectation was a success.
yeah. But have you done some some recap in your head, thinking about what you need to change for the next edition so you gain more players, or have you asked other people for some feedback?
Yeah, I created a feedback channel on the Discord where every player was, and multiple players gave feedback on the Discord channel, and some sent me some feedback in PM because they didn't want to have it public, which is understandable. And yes, the feedback helped, and I also like thought about what I could do better already during the competition, or yeah, like generally all the time, kinda. And there will be some changes in the second edition.
Yeah, what is the changes that you now at the moment, if you had to host it tomorrow, what would those changes be?
Oh god.
I put you on the
wrote them
spot here.
down somewhere. Less maps,
Okay.
that is for sure, and a little bit easier so more players can play them, because some slower players, if I can say it, said the maps were too difficult for them.
Yeah.
And a different point limit.
Mm-hmm.
And that are like some, I think the map amount is a big change already. But you only
More
have
or
3
less
maps. Less maps.
Yeah.
And I think that is a good change for many players.
Yep.
Yeah, like just like less training required, less time to put into it is. I think some people will like it, and some people will say, "Yo, that's boring." So I guess it has its up and down,
Yeah.
but if it gets more players, and I think good players can still compete, so
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think no one is losing if there are less maps, and that's a big change. And I can't really tell about the others. Maybe a different map style was considered.
Like different in terms of tech or just easier tech?
Like tech dirt or tech with RPG or
RPG, here we go again.
yeah, like just not only tech but also a little bit mixed up, but keep the focus on tech, kinda. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. But have you done any or gotten any tips about how you can reach out to more people, like promoting it, or because maybe that's the main point about people getting the information about a cup?
It's really hard to promote a competition if you are a rather small person. That's why I reached out.
Trackmania, right? You have a big channel now.
Yeah, but it was after the announcement.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, okay, Johnny could have done the announcement on Huntmania, sure, like on the Twitter.
Yep.
But Massa was playing and tracking and shared it on stream, and I reached out to many players in private chats. And they were interested in playing. Like, so many players said, "Yo, I'm interested." And when Marson, how do you pronounce him? I don't know. Came up with his cup and just put it over 3 different competitions, which included my competition. And when many players said, "Yo, I'm dead from the competition. I don't want to do anything on the computer anymore," so they just said no in the end.
Rip. But did you ever think about moving because obviously it didn't seem like Masin was looking to move it, but did you okay, maybe I should reschedule it, or?
Yeah, I scheduled the matches, like time-wise a bit different, like putting some matches from Sunday to Saturday, so more players could have time to play, but it's still really exhausting. If you practice for 2 competitions and have 2 days of competition going on, being the second day even longer than the first one, I don't think that is something players want. And I didn't want to find new dates because I was talking to Hani, Softy, Mike, and more competition hosters, and I just found like the schedule, like these 2 weekends have no competition going on, and at the time it was planned, and so I thought it's like a good time, but sadly not.
Yeah, it's sad to see 2 events clashing against each other.
Yeah, I met with 3 events in a row. But nothing I can do on my side, I guess. I tried to change the schedule, and that allowed, for example, Danik B to play. Or at least focus more on both competitions instead of just one. And I think some other players like Magorian also liked the rescheduling because he was also playing both competitions. So yeah.
This is why we should have a global map pool so both competitions could have used the same map pack, right?
Yeah, I used even one map of it.
You're the only one who has used the map so far, so.
Yeah, but only one because I think I had the announcement earlier and told mappers to build a map, and I didn't want to cancel map submission. The effort they put in, I know it myself as a mapper. If you build for a competition and it would be cancelled just before I want to submit, I would be a little bit sad.
But is that something you think about in the future, that maybe you want to be one of the event hoster that is helping out this open map pool by Irvin Weber?
I don't want to say a clear yes, because when I have to, but and also the maps, as I said, I want to mix it up a bit with having some other kind of style in the tech maps, or just a single map. I don't know yet, so I won't make any promise. But if there's a chance to use one map at least again, or the opportunity is there, I'm gonna do it.
But we talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I don't think I will host a competition using all global map pool or open map pool maps, because that's just not individual competition then, I think.
Yeah, okay. But we mentioned that you joined Huntmania. Why did you eventually join the organization that I created back in the days?
I think I was talking to Wouter at that time, because he got to know about E-techmania and that I was looking for maps. So we kind of had a conversation for a long time, and we had many conversations back in the days as well. So he just suggested me to maybe Huntmania could help out in multiple things, and a registration system I was looking for, and I don't know, it just worked out in the end. I can't really tell how it was, because it was so slowly but so fast, and and when I was on the Discord and had the role and got the help by Johnny and Wouter, and I don't know, it went so quick.
But would you say that you are now a Huntmania member, or are you just hosting events with them sometimes?
Oh god, that's a tough question. Since I'm now part of Huntmania, I guess I'm a Huntmania member that is hosting events.
Yeah.
I think that's how you can say it.
But what is then? I obviously left Huntmania some months ago, but what would you say is the current plan of Huntmania? Is it to continue hosting events? Is it to do something else? How would you vision the future of Huntmania if you guys have talked about that?
Well, I didn't like had a lot of that conversation yet, or not at all, I believe. But yeah, like I'm new there, so
Yeah.
but I guess it's hosting competitions,
Hmm.
maybe like community friendly competitions, and not like appealing to the best players like Massa, Peck, Carl, Spam, whoever. Like more for basic players, like for example me, like for everyone.
Yeah.
And I guess that would be a good way.
Hmm. And would you say that you enjoy your time in Huntmania so far, or would you like to maybe start something else? Like myself, I'm now all alone.
I think I will stay there, and I don't think I will start something else on my own because I don't have the time for it.
Yeah, okay.
I put all my time into E-techmania, and it was so exhausting. I don't know how you manage it with your work. I respect that.
Thank you. But talking then about E-techmania, you obviously you said 700 euros into it. Is that something you would do for the next edition as well? Or is the main plan now to maybe try to get a sponsor to sponsor your events?
I tried to find a sponsor for the first edition already without any success.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe next year I will have more luck or more success, but I will try to find a sponsor. I can't promise anything, of course. And 700, it is a lot.
It's crazy.
It's really... But I want to have something at least, but maybe not 700, but maybe 500. Like
maybe 500. Can be something
maybe
smaller,
400. Yeah, like 3, 4, 200. I don't know, but not 700 is a bit too much.
Yeah. I think the man versus man this or soon 1 year ago had like 300 euros, and still a lot of players joined. So I don't think the money itself is the main reason why people join. But
I guess it's a motivation to win.
Yeah. But I don't think it's too much of the difference between, like, say, 700 to 300. I guess you have to go to 1,000 then for people to care. At least now with Trackmania Grand League, with it's a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
You can win one map and you win 100 euros.
Yeah, I can't keep up with that. I'm not a company.
Then we need to fucking millionaires.
Yeah.
So you would say that your future plan is to be an event hoster, but talking about your streams then, that was my first interaction with you. What is the future plans for your stream? Is it to just stream whenever you want? Is it to try to grow your channel, or?
My streams are just for fun.
Yeah, okay.
Like I don't expect anything of it. I don't like force to grow it. If like how do you say it? I don't try to become a Twitch partner. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, okay.
I just try to enjoy my stream the way I do it. And if it's interacting with one viewer, I'm happy. And if I have 10 viewers to interact with, I'm also happy. So I just want to enjoy it and don't put pressure on myself.
And the best streaming game out there is Use Your Words, or?
Oh, I gotta stream it again.
Yeah, you have to. It's a long time now.
Yeah.
Maybe I've forgotten how to win.
No, you cannot win easily.
Yeah, easy.
User Words is really good to interact with viewers.
Yeah.
It's just a good way. Like, you don't need 50 or 100. You just need 6 or 5.
Yeah.
And it's a nice interaction game. Even if it's... it's like a game where you just enjoy the time with the viewers and you laugh a lot. And it's really funny. And yeah, I think that's the best game. It's the best game to stream, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of the more fun games to watch as well and take part in. But how would you sum up your... what games do you play, if there is anyone listening now that doesn't know you besides Trackmania? Is there any other games you play?
Yeah, like there's League of Legends that I played back then before the streaming, but now there's Rocket League, Trackmania, and Counter-Strike.
Okay.
With CSGO. but rarely Counter-Strike, I guess, because I'm really bad in it, like super bad. And I don't enjoy it too much to play it longer than, let's say, 2 games. So I don't want to force myself playing a game I don't enjoy that much. I just play for fun with friends, like Lakadal.
Yeah.
But that's about it with Counter-Strike. And yeah, as mentioned, use your words.
The best game in the business.
Yeah.
But you also, I saw on Twitter, I believe it was when you said that you are a caster for Team Fox or something. Is that something you want to
Yeah.
try to do in the future? Maybe try to cast events, or was that just also for fun?
That was rather for fun, trying something new out, I guess. But I don't really enjoy it too much. Yeah, it's just not something I can do long or want to do long. It's like not my type of streaming or what I enjoy
Yeah.
that much.
To
There are
try
things
hard.
I enjoy more.
Yeah.
And to see Ryulu and then see me, I guess it's clear that I'm missing out on many skills.
Yeah, it's always, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, but Ryulu is like insanely good.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
prefer to watch him or let's say even Lakas Turbo,
Yeah,
who is not a famous caster, but he's casting really good.
that's for sure. But is there any other casters in the game? Because at the moment, I think we missed actually casters in Trackmania. When Riolo doesn't cast it, there's nobody casting it. But is there any up and coming caster that you want to see more casting?
Scotty kinda. I don't know how active he is
Yeah.
with
somewhat,
casting. I
yeah.
sometimes see him, but most it's point of view, I guess.
Yeah.
And Nelky sadly retired,
Yep.
or because of studying, or
Yeah.
what was the reason?
I think it was
So
something like that. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm super sad that he retired because I loved his casts. They were like fantastic. Like he was just like you saw him enjoying it
Yeah,
the way
that's
he
for
casted.
sure.
It was like so nice to watch. To see someone enjoying something is fantastic.
Yeah.
And Spam is also a great caster, but like, when did he cast the last time something that is not Battle of the Weeps? I can't remember.
No.
Spam Weekly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, he would be a good caster, but I don't think he has the time and motivation
Yeah.
to cast something. And I respect that as well.
Hmm.
And I don't know any other casters. Mayhem, but I think he's casting in German.
Okay. Yeah, not seen in cast.
Yeah, I saw him once, I guess.
Yeah, we need more casters.
Yeah, but I don't know any other English casters.
Yeah.
I mean, in French, it's easy to find people, I guess,
Yeah.
but in English, not really.
But let's talk a little bit about the last time, or not the last time we met, because we met 2 times since then. But the Serati Trackmania Cup, you were on the YouTube live both before and after the match itself. How would you sum up your time then when you look back at it now? It's 5 months ago? Or maybe 4?
Yeah, 5-6 months already.
Well, how would you look back at the time now? Do you regret going? Are you even happier about that you went, or?
Yeah, I'm super happy when I went to a Serato Cup. I guess it was the first competition that I visited offline.
And it's the biggest one in the game.
Yeah. It was a really good decision and was like so spontaneously, because I heard you can get a ticket like pretty close before the competition itself, and like I got 2 tickets, so I asked Turbo to go as well. And yeah, then we just went to a Serato Cup. And I'm super happy that we have done it. I met so many players and got the chance to talk to so many people. No matter if it's the biggest or most famous player in the game, Carl Jr., I guess he's the most famous, at least. Or other people that are maybe less as a player or just viewers. I even met a Twitch viewer, Trimkin. as we were about to go to the arena in the Serato Cup, he noticed me in the train, which was quite fun. Like, Turbo turned around and said, "Yo, there's a fan of you," and I was like, "What the fuck?" It was so confusing for me. Like, I was so confused. Yeah, like there were really fun things going on, and yeah, it was a good decision to go.
Yeah, and playing football with the players before the day, right?
Yeah, but that was only very short for me.
Yeah, before you got wrecked, or
I think I tunneled. Who was it, Matt?
yeah,
Yeah, I think in the corner.
rip.
At least something I did.
Yeah, but would you say that your favorite memory from Serati was to maybe actually meet someone who knew who you was, like in Dreamkin, or like having a chance to talk to players? What was the favorite memory?
Or that basically that I just got the chance to meet so many players or people. I think it's not a certain guy or girl I meet. It's like just that you have the chance to meet people. And that on such a big amount, and Trackmania community is so nice. Like everyone respects each other, and yeah, it's like just super nice to meet the Trackmania people. I don't know. It's not a highlight like meeting Carl. But it's nice to meet him as well, but I wouldn't be sad if he wouldn't be there.
Yeah. The overall weekend was the highlight itself.
Yeah.
And then the next event, you actually went to the Swears Cup, an event that I didn't even go to, so you were more dedicated than me. Why did you go to Swears Cup, which is a rather small event if you compare to the Raider Cup at least?
I just wanted to go to another event and enjoy it and meet Massa, who was going, and Miquatro also went, and Solia.
Yeah.
It was just to meet more people.
Yeah, how would you describe that event compared to the first event you had been to, was the Serrator Cup?
Oh, really small. Like definitely less hype.
Yeah, for sure.
It was still fun. Like it was really fun to go there and hang out with the people, but it was small.
But would you have, if you had a chance to go again to Swears Cup, would you have gone there, or was one time enough?
I can't tell. It really depends on the players that qualify.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
If it's like only 4 French players, I don't think I will care.
Yeah.
But with the players that qualified, it was nice.
So what did you guys do? Was there some social happenings? Was there some bowling, or what was happening after the matches?
Visiting the city. Yeah, but there was no bowling. At least not with me.
Rip.
I didn't hear anything about it. But they're playing Trackmania. There was no social activity. I think.
Boring. You need some social guy there.
Yeah, it was not like Prague.
Yeah, let's talk about Prague. Why did you go to Prague?
I got invited.
And then you said, hello.
Yes.
But do you regret going to Prague, or was that fun because there was no like event itself? It was more like a meetup with just Trackmania people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that there was no event. So many players, so many people.
Yeah.
Meeting players or Trackmania people again, or for the first time. New players. I think I met Turbo now 3 or 4 times. Yeah, it's just nice to meet people. So I just wanted to continue using the chance.
But is there any? You obviously now met a lot of Trackmania people. Is there any you are surprised by how they was acting in real life? Maybe like who was the funniest that you didn't expect to be funny, or who was the nicest that you didn't expect to be nice?
Well, I think I was really surprised about Kappa.
Yeah, in what way?
Positive way.
Okay. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, he's like a super nice person and funny person. He's in the bar we were.
Everybody's funny in the bar.
And yeah, I just had the chance to talk to him, and used it, and it was super fun. And also, like, pretty much every player you expect, well, not expect, but think he might be a little bit higher in the ranking, kinda, or deserves more respect. He was on equal level, and that also was surprisingly to me in the first place at Serato Cup. But they were like you, kinda.
Like me. Like me, what?
like everyone.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah, they're
like me, but
yeah,
good.
Yeah. I know that they are actually normal guys and not like superstars.
Yeah.
But how would you sum up your trip in Prague? Was that worth it, or would you go to the next meetup if there is one next year?
Yes, definitely. It was the best meetup so far. I think it was better than Serato Cup.
Damn.
Even.
Why? Because Scotty is better than Serator, or what?
Yes. I know, I just had more fun, I guess.
More bowling.
Yeah, and was longer than just 2 days. I think I was in Strasbourg, so it was just more chances to enjoy the time.
Yeah, getting wrecked in go-kart as well.
But I was wrecking some people as well. I was like in the middle field.
Yeah,
so
same in bowling.
Yeah.
Didn't lose, that's the most important part.
I think I won twice.
Yeah, you won? Or
yes.
On your lane then, I guess, not me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. They even fight you.
But what is, if you look in the future, is there any events that you already know that you want to attend? I mean, you said that the next meetup itself you want to attend, but any other Trackmania events?
Serato Cup. I already have the ticket.
Hello.
I'm going with, for example, Ryulu, Turbo, and Roland.
Yeah.
And 4 more people that are German or German speaking. We all have their tickets. I bought them. And they gave me the money back, of course. But yeah, any other chance that is there? I don't know. Maybe TMG. If it will be more than just one fucking match.
Yeah, why didn't you go to Paris? Then I was there and you wasn't there, so I guess I'm more hardcore than you in Paris at least.
Yes. It's not worth for me to go to watch one match and meet maybe 10 people that go there.
Yeah.
I don't know how many actually went, but I don't think it was a lot.
Around 10, I guess, like Trackmania players.
Yeah, or English-speaking Trackmania players.
Yeah,
I'm sure there are people from PCW that know about Trackmania, but wouldn't talk to you, I guess. Yeah. So there was no point for me to go. Even if Massa, Spam, Ryulu, and Scotty would qualify.
That's your dream final.
Nah, I don't care. I just said some random people that I like. Because Scotty streams right now, Ryulu. I have Spam stream open, but he's not streaming.
Oh, Scotty is streaming now. Maybe he's playing a match, right?
Yeah.
Oh, rip.
Yeah.
Is he getting wrecked or what?
I don't know. I've Discord over the stream.
Okay. But is there any competition that you follow closely online, or do you have a casual approach to everything?
I think it's casual.
Yeah, because you said that in my Discord that you tried to follow the Grand League, but it was too boring for you. But is there any other ones that you find more entertaining, or?
I enjoyed TMWC, TMPL a lot.
Yeah.
The close fights on amazing looking maps. But TMGL was like 5 long turns, then one jump, and I don't know, 10 seconds straight end. Or going through, what is it, palm trees for 20 seconds as an identity.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the best to watch for me. And yeah, I tried to enjoy it. I played the maps myself, even in spams, fewer games, but I couldn't enjoy it.
But is there any changes? If you could, let's say, pick 2 or 3 changes until the season 1, what would those changes be? Is it simply the maps, or?
Yeah, the maps have to be more nice. I mean, I can understand the fact of being viewer friendly. It brings maybe new players. I can understand that. but it's too viewer friendly, I think.
Okay.
Like, just allow the mappers some creativity. And I hear it now from some streams that the mappers get invited to build a map or something, but there's no map submission.
Yeah.
And players get invited, and I think that's a no-go.
Yeah, you want it to be open map pool or open map request.
Yeah, I would have tried to build a map, for example, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of sad about it.
Yeah. Let's just build a map and show it on a video or something.
I built a map for the beta season.
Yeah? Was it?
Yes.
But it was not played, right?
No.
Okay. Did you get any feedback on why it wasn't played, or?
No, of course not.
Oh, of course not. Really.
I didn't expect any feedback there.
Yeah. But what is your overall feeling about Nadeo actually hosting an event? Is that good, or do you want to see just other separate organizers hosting events?
I think it's a good way to a future, also money-wise. As an individual person or small teams or groups or organizations hosting something is still less than Nadio itself.
Yeah.
And I think Nadio just has the biggest reach to the players and will be seen as the most competitive competition. So it's a good way, definitely, but they have to figure out the best way to host a competition.
Yeah.
And I think the beta season, it says better, I know, was not a success in my opinion.
But so you haven't watched even the grand final, or?
It was early in the day.
But
I preferred
right?
to sleep. I was watching the VOD,
yeah. Okay.
A bit.
And
like the half.
Yeah. Are you impressed by Kappa winning 2 events? Different
Yes.
events?
Yes. I'm happy for him. I put my bet exactly as it was.
Yeah?
So,
In a
yes.
betting league?
Yes.
But you're still getting wrecked by Nathan in the Patreon league.
Yeah, but I joined so late.
Yeah,
and I'm so close now.
Yeah. You're catching up. Maybe you can catch him in the end.
I don't think I will catch up in Hero to Zero. No, Zero to Hero.
Yeah, 0 to 0.
and CPS.
Yeah.
I guess it's as well there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Those 2 events are probably the last 2, yeah.
How many points are missing? 23 points. No, 24.
RIP.
I caught up to Shamsi, but he is not a Patreon.
You need 2 points and you overtake him.
Yes.
But something you said to me is that you want to stop donating so much to our streamers and such. But how many people are you subscribed to on Twitch? I mean, you're obviously a patron of mine, but is there any... How big is the number that you actually are subscribed to on Twitch?
Let me check. It's... what do you think in first?
I don't know. It could be anywhere from 10 to 100 in my eyes.
Just guess.
I don't know. 23.
47.
What the times 5, right? Because you're tier 1, I guess. Or is there anyone you're also tier 3 to or tier 2?
I think everything right now is tier 1.
Yeah, but still times that by 5. How do you have money for this, man? Work, damn. But what is the reason why you want to be so generous towards the community? Is it because you're a generous person overall? Is it to help the community? What is the main thing behind it, if you have any thought process behind it?
I think you just said the 2 reasons why.
And that is...
It's just...
I forgot it.
Just support the community and be generous, however you pronounce it.
Yeah. But do you feel that maybe, obviously, you are trying to be, nice by giving the streamers some money so they can actually do it more? Like myself, I get money from it. But I've also seen in sometimes when you gift away a lot of subscriptions, people say stop. Do you get a lot of people saying that you should stop gifting so much or subscribing so much, or is it mainly just positive, like the people say thanks and this is helping the community?
Most is mainly the streamer saying stop,
Yeah.
not the viewers.
Why
Yes,
are they saying stop?
because they don't know what to say,
Ah, okay.
I guess.
But you're
At
also
least I wouldn't.
donating money for people that don't know that, right? You're not only subscribing to. You have some huge bits donations, if I got it correct.
Yeah, to spam 100k.
And how much is that in money? Is that like 1,000 euros,
1K.
10,000
Yeah,
euros, or 1,000?
1000.
1,000. Crazy. What the fuck? But are you planning on stopping it down, or are you just, as you earn money, you'll try to help out streamers and continue to subscribe to people?
It's already less.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I don't know.
Hmm.
I think I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just reduced the amount.
Yeah, okay. But are you actually watch 47 streamers? I mean, I don't watch that many streamers. I probably watch like 6 streamers. Are you actually watching all of them, or just joining in and saying, here is a subscription?
I guess I just sub to some people.
Yeah.
Like I don't even watch Ryulu actively.
Yeah, okay.
Don't watch spam actively. And I still support them. So.
But who is the streamer that you watch when you want to relax and just sit back and have a good time?
Right now it's Counter-Strike Go stream.
Okay. So Counter-Strike is over Trackmania at the moment.
It's just like perfect timing, and it's a really chill stream.
Yeah.
And like Ryulu is live when I watch Netflix, and Spam is live when I work. Scotty is usually live during matches or when I work. And most people are live when I work, so
too much work.
Yeah. Or like stream at times that is cutting with other streamers. There's always something you can say.
But if you switch this around and saying that some people say that you may be using too much money, do you think that the average viewer in Trackmania use too little? I don't know, they support the streamers too little because they obviously use a lot of time to produce content and such. But most people watch, let's say, Spam and Riolo for free. They don't ever subscribe to them. Do you think that maybe people should be more grateful and actually support them more with actual money?
Well, I don't want to force anyone or tell anyone your support, but just to like say that in front of it. But people don't really support, or some people just join the biggest streamers. That's always the case.
Yeah.
Even outside of Trackmania, people join the big streams and not the smaller ones. And yeah, they should subscribe definitely. Not definitely, but they should subscribe if they want to support the streamer and enjoy the content.
Yep.
And I think many don't want to. And like me as gifting sometimes a sub, I often get a whisper or message, yo, can you give me a sub?
Yeah, really?
Yes. And
people begging.
Yes.
What the fuck?
And that's also something I notice a lot and don't like. They want to support the streamer, they enjoy the content, but they beg for a sub, so.
Yeah. I mean, if they are like young, like 14 years old, I can understand that. But if they're grown up and begging for €5, then get your shit together.
Yeah.
But now I'm running out of questions. 54 minutes actually. But is there any topics that you want to bring up? I mean, you're a Patreon, so you can say whatever you want. You can ask whatever question you want, or bring up whatever content you want, or topic you want. Is there anything that I forgot to ask you? Always a hard question, right?
Yes, the hardest question today.
Yeah. Normally people have no idea what to say. They're like, oh, it's good. But is there something that people should know about you that they might not know, that you feel is worth mentioning?
I don't think I'm that interesting.
Hey, we talked for 55 minutes.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah, that's a good amount.
Yeah. And if people want to follow you, where is the best platform to follow you? Is it Twitch, or are you also becoming this Twitter profile?
I mean, I have Twitter, but
You have like 5 different Twitters, right? You have a lot of Twitters.
yeah, but I only use one.
Yeah.
It's asteri FS on Twitter, but I'm not active there.
Oh, really?
It's mainly Discord, and I'm on every Discord basically.
But what Discord is on the top, it's...
Yours.
Yeah, there we have it.
And then there's a Twitch studio because I'm beta tester, and then there's my Discord.
So the number one is number one.
Yes.
But I guess it's time to run it up. If you have any final words to some people or some community, some people you want to say thanks to, I guess this is the better time to do it. If you have anyone to say thanks to, or just run it up and say goodbye if you want.
Thanks to you for inviting me.
Of course, man. The first Patreon on the podcast.
Really? That's cool. Wow. Thanks to you a lot, and to everyone that is listening until here.
Yeah, I mean, they should get a medal.
Yes. I will give you a sub, Kappa.
Just comment. Yeah, I guess
comment
that's
for
it.
sub.
And if you want to watch Fabian, you can go and follow him on Twitch. And if you come from this podcast, make sure to tell him so he knows that some of the people from this podcast actually listened all the way through it. But I guess it's time to say goodbye. I can let you have the honor. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.